立法會主席。
The President. Members, government officials, good morning. Addresses. Mr. Sunny Chan will address the Council on reports number 85 and 86 of the Public Accounts Committee. Mr. Sunny Chan. President, on behalf of the PAC Public Accounts Committee, I hereby present the PAC's reports number 85 and 86, which cover the 16 chapters from the Director of Audits reports number 85 and 86. The PAC has selected Chapter 3, Management of Food Waste by the Environmental Protection Department (EPD) and Chapter 5 Regulation and Monitoring of Ferry Services by the Transport Department from the Director of Audits report number 86 for public hearings. I'm now going to outline the conclusions and recommendations made by the PAC regarding these two chapters. With regard to the chapter on management of food waste by the EPD, the PAC noted that in order to reduce and collect food waste, the EPD had invested substantial resources and implemented a number of measures. Although these efforts had yielded some results, the PAC noted that in 2024, 90% of the food waste was sent to landfill still, reflecting that the EPD still has room for improvement in its food waste management. The PAC deemed that the EPD often only sought solutions after problems had arisen, demonstrating a lack of initiative, which undermined the effectiveness of the relevant measures. Examples of such include: 1. The EPD took over a year to learn from the experience before extending the operating hours of some food waste recycling spots in response to public demand. 2. The EPD did not have adequate communication with stakeholders prior to awarding the relevant contract, resulting in some of the 45 recycling bins originally intended for public markets having to be installed at other locations. 3. The EPD never reviewed the Foodwise Hong Kong campaign, which has been in operation for over 10 years. The PAC recommends that when the EPD implements projects in future, management should take a proactive approach, anticipate needs, plan ahead, dynamically assess effectiveness of measures, strengthen collaboration across all levels within the department, and make adjustments as necessary, with a view to enhancing efficiency in a targeted manner and realizing the vision of zero landfill as soon as possible. As regards the chapter on regulation and monitoring of ferry services by the Transport Department, the PAC noted that in accordance with the administration's established policy, ferry services should be operated by the private sector in accordance with commercial principles. Whilst the administration is responsible for regulating and monitoring the service levels and quality of ferry services, the PAC deemed that the Transport Department should further explore with ferry operators the long-term financial viability of enhancing ferry services so as to ensure the sustainable development of ferry services. The PAC pointed out that ferry piers with their stunning views of both sides of the Victoria Harbour possess significant commercial value and are ideal venues for hosting events. However, they are currently not being utilized to their full potential. It is therefore recommended that the TD strengthen communication with the ferry operators to explore how the pier's geographical advantage can be better utilized to host characteristic events, thereby making the most of piers. In addition, the PAC has recommended that the TD and ferry operators explore ways to enhance pier facilities, as well as deepen cross-bureau and cross-departmental collaboration to accelerate the progress of pier improvement works, thereby enhancing their overall image to attract more visitors and develop new revenue sources. Furthermore, the PAC deems that illegal Kaito ferry services cause an impact on the interests of licensed ferry operators and pose a threat to passenger safety at sea. The PAC expresses grave concern regarding the TD's insufficient inspections and measures against illegal Kaito ferry services and considers it unacceptable. With regard to illegal Kaito ferry services, the PAC strongly urges the TD to strictly carry out inspections in accordance with internal guidelines and, along with the relevant policy bureaus and departments, conduct a comprehensive review of the measures taken to combat all forms of illegal passenger-carrying vessels and the relevant penalties. The TD must also devise clear and straightforward publicity campaigns to enable the public to immediately identify vessels in breach of the relevant rules. Last but not least, I would like to thank the members of the PAC for their contributions, as well as the witnesses who attended the hearings, the Director of Audit and his colleagues for their cooperation and support.
Questions?